Excuse me. I'm sorry to disturb you, sir?
Blessed art thou, my sister. What can I do for you?
My name is Kate Walker, and my train is currently at the station in Romansburg.
Oh, Romansburg. Pretty town, but not the kind of town for pretty strangers. Pretty solitary strangers.
I don't intend to hang around long, brother. I'm traveling with an old man, Hans Vorarlberg, and...
Vorarlberg. Did you say Vorarlberg, my sister?
You know him?
No, but I know someone else. Can you hear? It is the sweet song of the Merula alba. If only I could catch a glimpse, such a rare, pretty bird. Few are they who say in truth they have spied her beauty. It is probably seeking some other Merula alba.
My friend is very ill, you know.
It is God's will. God's will. What can I do, my sister? What can I do?
Maybe you could visit him at his bedside.
Oh, never, my sister, never. I would incur the wrath of our Lord and Patriarch.
I'm looking for someone with a medical background, someone who can tend to the sick.
Our Patriarch is a remarkable doctor, my sister. He cures bodies as well as souls.
You couldn't help me, could you, please?
I am but a simple monk. You have to go see our Patriarch yonder in the monastery.
You say that I could find someone to help me, up there at the monastery.
Yes, at the monastery, oh yes.
I rang at the monastery, but there was no reply. Maybe they don't want to let me in. Can you tell me, is there another way in?
There is no other way, my sister.
Why won't they let me into the monastery?
Dura lex, sed lex.
I'm sorry?
The law is hard, but it is the law, my sister.
What law?
I don't like questions, my sister. The law is the law is the law.
I must absolutely find a doctor for my friend.
I just do the laundry, my sister, that is all. Down here, there are some doctors, and others do the laundry. You are going to make me late. Do you hear? It is the Merula alba again.
You live in the monastery, I suppose.
That is right, my sister.
Are there many of you up there?
A few old monks. Few are those who heed the calling in this age.
Tell me, what have we got to do to get into the monastery?
You must pull the rope that rings the bell, my sister, but not too hard, or you will scare the birds. Don't scare them. A monk will show you in.
Thank you. What is a Marula alba?
A rare bird. It can never be seen, as it is as white as snow. They say that when a man sees it, his mind clears, and his intelligence grows and grows.
There seem to be a lot of birds around here.
Yes, yes, but the only one that interests me is the Merula alba.
I rang the bell, but the monk at the door doesn't seem to want to show me in.
There are rules and traditions to respect here. Respect.
What rules? What traditions?
That some people are less worthy than others.
Okay, so how does that monk up there make an opinion about my worthiness by just looking at me?
It is not a question to ask, my sister.
You're telling me that I'm not worthy to enter your monastery?
I didn't say. No, I just wash dirty laundry, that's all.
Yes, you did say that. You implied I wasn't worthy.
Femina inconcessus.
I don't understand Latin.
Latin, like the birds. Erythacus rubecula, picus viridis, merula alba.
You speak Latin, then?
Oh, monk's Latin, pigeon Latin.
You seem to know the Latin names of birds.
Pretty birds, pretty birds.
Why won't you help me?
I must finish my chores before evensong, my sister.
Picus viridis?
Woodpecker.
How about Erythacus rubecula?
Robin redbreast.
And Merula alba?
White raven, my sister.
Femina inconcessus?
Women. Forbidden. No.
Right. I get it. Because I'm a woman, I'm forbidden access to the monastery. Now I understand.
That's the rule, sister. I can't change the rules.
Of course, brother. Women are the source of all sin. Isn't that so? I'm going now. I'll be back soon.
What?
Colonel Emiliov?
Is everything as you would like it, Miss Walker?
Colonel, you don't have one of those whistles for making bird noises among your many treasures here, do you?
A bird call? Why, I sell them by the truckload during the hunting season. I've got a whole collection of them. I think I've got just what you need somewhere. Aha!
Thanks for all your help, Colonel.
The pleasure is all mine, Miss Walker.
you hear? Can you hear? The Merula Alba.
Good evening, sir. I need something else to activate it. Hello? Anybody there? Excuse me.
What? A woman? Women are expressly prohibited. What the devil are you doing here, woman?
My name's Kate Walker. I'm a lawyer from New York. Excuse me, but I absolutely must speak to you, and your monks wouldn't let me in.
Miss Walker, your female presence in this dwelling of monastic retreat is unwelcome. It is very troubling. Please leave quickly.
Please forgive my slightly cavalier methods to get to see you, Father, but my cause is just, I assure you.
I have no need of assurance, my girl. Remember, you are here beneath the gaze of the Almighty.
I have a friend who is really sick. In the village, I was told that...
We must all brave the ordeals the Lord sends us, my child.
My friend is named Hans Vorarlberg. He has devoted his life to making fantastic mechanical machines. His automatons soothed the harsh daily labor of the people of his day, and amused them, entertained them. He's a genius inventor, you know.
An inventor, you say? The inspiration of such people is often cowed to humility before the marvels of God's own creation.
I have come to ask the assistance of the priest healer in the monastery. My friend is very unwell, and very old.
Sometimes a body weary of life refuses treatment. That is why we here tend to the soul. From what ailment is your friend suffering?
A high fever. It started with a kind of fit. He fell...
Sometimes we have to just accept the inevitable, my child. and resign ourselves to the call of time.
You don't understand. Maybe Hans is old and frail, but he has but one desire: to continue his journey.
We have to learn how to meet our fate, my child. This is God's will.
My friend needs treatment. You are the only one for miles around who can give him the care he needs.
I need a sign from the Almighty, or else I can do nothing for your friend. I am sorry, Miss Walker.
I really need your help, Father. You're our only hope.
My girl, I attend only to extreme cases, grave illness, and madness.
But this is an extreme case, Father.
There is a rule, Miss Walker. You must respect it. Bring me the imprint of your friend's suffering.
I know what you were telling me. I brought the shroud.
Show me, my child. Right. We will go search for your friend.
That's our man. He's got some.
Canton? I can barely hear you.
Mr. Martin.
What news have you got?
I talked to the hotel guys, Mr. Martin. She checked out of Arrowbad last week. Headed off with Hans Vorarlberg.
How is she?
Seems her health is fine, Mr. Martin, but,
What?
her behavior seems...
Don't beat about the bush, Canton, please.
Look, Mr. Martin, it's like this. I'm afraid that Miss Walker has been acting, how do you say, differently.
Did you sleep well, my child?
Yes, thank you. How is Hans?
Alas, you brought him to us so late, my child. I fear we cannot do much. We are going to concentrate on tending to his soul.
What? What did you say?
The man is worn and old. His final hour is upon him.
But that's impossible.
Your friend is dying. You must believe me, my child.
Please take care of Hans, Father, please.
Torment yourself no longer, my girl. I will tend to the poor soul.
Can I see him?
No, I do not advise it. Deranged minds are often too addled by evil, and you could become contaminated by its sly malevolence.
Look, contagion doesn't bother me. I've got to talk with him, you understand?
The rules, Miss Walker. Remember the rules. No one talks to the sick.
I just can't abandon Hans like that. I must see him immediately, you hear?
Okay. So be it. Your friend is in the last chamber at the end of the corridor. I beseech thee, my girl, pay no heed to the imprecations of a sick, delirious, dying man. I will wait for you in the chapel when everything is over. For the formalities, you understand.
Hans? Hans, can you hear me?
Kate, where are we?
Don't you worry. You're in very good hands. We cannot carry on our journey in these conditions, Hans. You are ill. You have to be cared for.
I must go, Kate Walker.
I said I'd keep you company until we reach Syberia. Hans, we're at the monastery. Do you remember?
In Valadilen, it is 7:15 p.m. Father is always punctual. He never stays at home. He always goes to the factory. He locks himself in his office and...
No, Hans. Valadilen is where you were born. Here we're in Romansburg. Valadilen is miles away. We're going to take care of you.
Alexei, find Alexei Tukyanov.
Alexei Tukianov?
Alexei, he has lived with the Youkols. He can cure me.
Why do you want me to find this monk, Alexei?
Alexei, he can treat me.
Hans, do try to be reasonable. Nobody here can treat you better than the old patriarch.
Alexei knows Youkol medicine. The old patriarch is an ass.
So you really think this monk can cure you?
Alexei can cure like the shaman. Shaman are the right doctors for me.
It seems you rate the Youkols for their medicine.
Youkol shaman medicine is very strong.
Hans, all that shaman malarkey is nonsense. You know that.
The Youkols know a lot of things, Kate Walker. A lot of things.
Who is Alexei?
An old monk. A friend. He knows about Youkol medicine.
I'll be back soon.
Okay, Kate.
Cheese and dry bread. Yummy.
If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing.
You like to eavesdrop.
Eavesdrop? No, I clean and clean, that's all.
I've just spoken to Hans.
And what news do you bring, my sister?
He spoke to me of one of your brothers, named Alexei.
Ah, tempus edax rerum. Brother Alexei is not of this world, my sister.
So you don't know this Alexei, do you?
No, no. Omnis homo mendax.
Come on, you must know where Alexei is.
Mors ultima ratio.
Hello, Father.
Hello, my child.
You really can't do anything for Hans?
His destiny is not in mortal hands. We must pray, dear girl. Pray for his redemption.
But Hans has no reason to repent.
His fever-driven outpourings are not those of a holy man. Oh, far from it.
Hans Vorarlberg is not a sinner.
The pagan fantasies with which he sullies the air in his delirium are those of a heretic. Pray, female, pray to save your friend from the sizzling fires of hell.
You're a total crackpot. You're a fanatic. I will talk to Hans, you hear? I talked to Hans.
Yes.
He seems better.
It is but an illusion, my girl. His mortality is teetering on the brink. I know about these things.
He told me about a monk who could help him.
And what monk might that be, Miss Walker?
A monk who has spent long years with the Youkols, that mysterious tribe from the far north.
Your friend is clearly very sick, my poor child.
I don't think Hans is delusional when he tells me that this mysterious monk can help him. He's very lucid.
Please, dear girl, lend no credence to the rantings of a dying sinner. It is clear the man is inventing nonsense tales in the vain hope of remission.
We absolutely must continue our journey. We must.
Don't even think about it, child. Mr. Vorarlberg is in no fit state.
Hans Vorarlberg is going to see his dream come true. You hear me?
Wretched girl. His dreams are almost at an end, and there is nothing you can do.
Father, do you know a man named Alexei Tukianov?
He was a heretic and charlatan. He is not worth the breath, my girl.
It seems Hans Vorarlberg considers him highly.
Your friend must have lost his marbles.
But could I just meet the man anyway?
No. Alexei Tukianov has left us. A long time ago, Miss Walker.
Excuse my insistence, Father, but where might I be able to find Alexei Tukianov? It's very important.
Alexei Tukianov is dead, my girl. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace!
Hans often told me about the mysterious people of the far north, the Youkols.
They are degenerate heathen savages that worship idols and false gods and resist the redemption of the Lord.
Hans lived among them for a long time. They're like a second family to him.
Please, dear girl, do not let yourself succumb to the quaint temptations of those pagans. Their only ambition is to wallow in their so-called primitive paradise, and all its lechery and bestiality. Remember that those who live far from God doom themselves to eternal chastisement.
Okay, I think I've heard all I need. I'm off.
Go, my child, but weigh the consequences of your actions well.
Some kind of symbol. casket gives me the creeps. This monk's taken a vow of silence. He won't speak to me. It's kind of steep. But with the sled, I could slide down the slope.
What on earth is that?
I need something else to activate it.
I don't need to do that again. It's already activated. I don't need to do that again.
I need something else to activate it.
I don't need to do that again.
I need something... How's it going?
Kate, okay, yes. What am I doing here?
It's a long story.
Are we going yet?
Can you walk?
I'd like to, but...
Don't move, Hans. I'm going to find a way to get us out of here. It shouldn't take long. We're going to find a way to get out of here.
What, Kate Walker?
I've got to find a way of getting to Romansburg.
Good idea.
I'll be back.
What, Kate Walker?
Let's go.
Yes, Kate Walker. We must be quick.
No! Do not go! No! You must stay! Stop them!
That was some ride, huh, Hans?
Yes, it was real fun, Kate Walker. Really.
Hans?
Hmm?
Hans, do you think we can carry on with our journey?
There's just a spot of work I haven't finished. You'll have to help me, Kate.
Of course. What can I do for you? Tell me.
I have repaired the clockwork heart for the horses, but I'm too tired, too weak. Can you go to the cabaret and fit it instead of me, Kate?
It's all right. I'll go. Don't worry. Get some rest.
Right, now jump! Jump! Right, now jump! Jump! Right, now jump! Jump! Dang! Get out of my sight before I stuff you in the oven, you dumb goop!
Hi, Mr. Sirkos.
Ah, how do, Miss Walker?
Mr. Sirkos, I wanted to thank you for your hospitality. Soon we'll be leaving Romansburg.
It's a mighty shame, Miss Walker. You're going to miss my mechanical stallions riding up. Shows start as soon as I get those wind-up nags to buck.
I'll catch it some other time. Mr. Sirkos, Hans asked me to come to help you repair your fairground horses.
Oh, that's great news. I'm mighty grateful, Miss Walker.
So those horses don't work?
I asked Mr. Vorarlberg to have a look at them, but then he had that horrible fit like you saw. Fever, delirium, stopped him finishing the job. Maybe you know a thing or two about tinkering, Miss Walker?
Well, I'm not Hans Vorarlberg, but I can always try. think I can fix your horses, Mr. Sirkos.
Please be my guest, Miss Walker. Grateful wouldn't be the word.
When I came in, it looked like you were really angry with that strange, dog thing.
Dog? If only it were. That's a Yuki, Miss Walker. Youkol Eskimos domesticated them. Youkol makes Yuki. Get it?
A Yuki?
Now, don't be fooled by appearances, ma'am. What might look like a dog ain't necessarily dog. It's a kind of cross seal and bear, with a big dose of pig, too, especially the appetite.
And you want to teach it a few circus tricks?
Believe me, Miss Walker, I have tried. Yes, I have. But strive as he might, civilized man will never squeeze anything resembling brains from this bag of swill. The animal just don't want to be tamed. Only thing it thinks of is its belly.
I've got to go, Mr. Sirkos.
Godspeed, Miss Walker.
Hello?
This is Oscar, Kate Walker.
Oscar, but where on earth are you? Is everything okay?
These gentlemen told me you no longer wanted to end our journey here, that you want to return to America, that the train was quite capable of starting. Oh, Kate Walker, I fear I have committed an impardonable error.
Is Hans with you?
Yes, Ivan and Igor have confined Mr. Vorarlberg to his chambers.
Ivan and Igor? Are you saying they've sent the train rolling again?
I fear something dishonest is afoot, Kate Walker.
Dishonest? This is a daylight robbery. Those men have bagged the train and kidnapped the both of you.
I'm experiencing a sensation of uneasiness, Kate Walker.
You've nothing to fear, Oscar. I'm coming to find you. Tell me where the train is headed.
Straight ahead. We haven't crossed a single junction. I will hold our speed to a minimum. I believe I can slow them down. Maybe even... Me? No, not at all. I was talking to myself. Why, yes,
Oscar? Oscar? Colonel.
Your train. Miss Walker, it's gone without you?
Really? Hans and Oscar can't have decided to leave without me.
Maybe your friend Hans Vorarlberg decided it was too dangerous for a pretty lady to go with him.
That's impossible. I have to go with him. Right to the island of Syberia. No, really, it just isn't possible. He would have never just left like that. What am I going to do now? I must catch up with that train, Colonel. Hans and Oscar are at the mercy of those criminals.
Ah, this cursed leg of mine. If I still had an ounce of youth, I'd saddle up my horse and be hounding down those brigands by now. But I've only got one leg, and my old horse is dead.
Colonel, please. There must be some other means of locomotion.
I can't think of one. Maybe that old gang car under the track. But I'm afraid it's not been used in years.
I have to find a solution. And quick.
If only I could be of help, Miss Walker.
This thing's stuck. That's all I needed. This dumb machine's packed it in. I really don't know what to do.
You mustn't lose heart, Miss Walker.
I don't know what's happened, but your railroad contraption won't budge an inch.
It's not my contraption. And if you ask me, it is a bit funny looking. I'd wait for maintenance if I were you.
No way. I gotta catch those criminals as soon as I can, Colonel. If the cart wasn't on the rails, I imagine we could harness it and tug it along.
You got to get that big mouse wheel turning.
Do you reckon it's big enough for an animal, Colonel?
Oh, perhaps. Why not? But what animal? That's the question.
Maybe I've got an idea. The train's been stolen and the cart is broken. Looks like my journey's stopping here, Colonel.
Keep your chin up, Katyushka. There must be some solution to your problem. There's always a solution.
This whole situation is just too dumb. There must be some other way to catch these criminals.
You're right, Miss Walker. The life of your friends is at stake here.
I have to find a solution. And quick.
If all...
Mr. Sirkos, something terrible.
Why? Miss Walker, what is the matter?
The train. Mr. Sirkos, somebody stole the train.
The train? You mean your train? But why would anyone want to rob a whole train, Miss Walker?
No idea, none at all. Especially as the tracks lead nowhere. Well, not anywhere a train robber would want to go anyway.
What about you, Miss Walker? Where do you want to go at the end of this line?
For me, Mr. Sirkos, let's just say it's a long story.
Too long a story to tell an old showman.
Some other time, Mr. Sirkos. You realize I must find a way to catch up with my train. Mr. Sirkos, I need a helping hand to fix the cart.
Sorry, Miss Walker. I haven't a clue when it comes to mechanical mischief. I'm very sorry.
Mr. Sirkos, I'm looking for your, Yuki.
Oh, could be anywhere. Try the trash cans. Never can resist a nice pile of trash.
If I find him, can I borrow him?
You don't even have to ask. That fat critter isn't even mine. I feel I ought to warn you, Miss Walker. That jelly pig hog is going to bring you nothing but trouble.
He's perhaps the only being around that can help me catch up with my train. I don't have much choice. I've got to go, Mr. Sirkos. Well, he doesn't look too smart, but still, he's kind of cute. He's come back to where he's happiest. Whatever. This place is deserted. Yuck! This machinery stinks to high heaven. Well, you're the only one here that likes these candies. So then, you're a Yuki. Now, let's see if you want to follow me.